Okay, so welcome to the most unscientific test of the Nikon ZR R3D and I'm using the Nikkor 40mm f2.0 lens. This is kind of like a short lens, prime lens, kind of an older Nikon Z mount lens. It's an f2.0, so I think I get pretty good shallow depth of field. Oh wow, now the sun wants to just, wow. It's been gloomy all day and I had my lighting right in this office, but now as you can see, it just lifted everything. So let's rework that one. Okay, I think that works. works. So yeah, let's get back to the test. So what I'm gonna do is actually test a couple things. One standard Nikon lens, like a native mount, and I'm also gonna test the Viltrox E-Z Adapter. I was using the Mega version before, and I made a video on that. It's the video before this, talking about the adapter and other lenses. I don't have Sony lenses. I do have an FX3, but I use Sigma lenses on my FX3. Like most people, most of my budget went to the FX3. Getting lenses, I would have to be super filthy rich, and I'm not. So, and Sigma lenses are honestly like beautiful on FX3s, like on Sony cameras. The E-mount Sigma ecosystem is actually bananas how good it is for the price that you get it at. And granted, they're not like super budget, like the 28 to 45 that I recently got, I think retails for around $1,400. I mean, that's like half the price of a Sony lens, but still, that's $1,400. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and test this Viltrox E-Z mount adapter with the Nikon ZR. I'm gonna test the two lenses that I have, the Sigma lenses that are E-mount lenses. So I have the Sigma 24mm f1.4, and I have the Sigma 28 to 45 f1.8. While I open this, I'm gonna talk about why I wanted to get this camera. I'm a Sony shooter. I have an FX3 and an A7 IV. Those are like my two cameras that I use when I'm doing any local projects or any passion project of mine, mainly the FX3. But I wanted something that I can have for a BTS camera that was 6K, because why I want 6K is because I want to be able to punch in and just kind of like reshape my images. You know, if I wanted to get a different angle, something that looks a little tighter, you know, 6K is good for that, and you won't lose a lot of quality, unlike the FX3, which is a 4K camera, and you definitely see some muddy images when you're trying to like punch in a little too far. So here it is. Boom. This is the adapter. If it focuses. Yeah, so this is the Viltrox adapter for E-Z, and we're gonna just open it up and we'll see what it looks like. So I did use the Mega version, and I bought that one from B&H, and I ended up returning it just because I felt like, you know, it was really not doing what I expected it to do. Something shaking in here. Yeah, so I just wanted to try this. I wanted to try the Viltrox version and see if this does anything differently. All right, so this is the Viltrox adapter. It's metal, has these little connector points right there, the electronic points for the autofocus on the lenses. These are the parts that connect to the Nikon camera, and this little area right here is how you update this lens, this adapter, using this weird ass cord right here. These little 4 points goes in there. Oh, this side actually goes in there, and then you put this side into the computer, put that in your PC, and then you get the update from Viltrox. But I'm gonna use it right now without the update to see if I do need an update and see what changes. So currently I have my 24mm on my FX3. I'm gonna take that off. This is the Sigma 24mm f1.4. Gonna put that on here. I forgot to mention, I also do have this Viltrox 16mm. This is a Viltrox adapter. It could work. I might get that native feature, you know, some of the regular autofocus features from the ZR, but we'll see how that works. But I'm gonna start with the Sigma lenses first. So, and this is the older 24mm. So this is the Sigma 24mm. It's the DG, not the DG-DN, which I think is the more updated version. So I'm gonna go ahead. That's on there. That's on there. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna stop this, put this on, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so with the 24mm, it is working. I can record, no autofocus. I'm actually excited about this. So my Viltrox lens, the 16mm, this is a f1.8 lens, and this works amazingly with the Viltrox adapter. I even have like my touch focus. It's got the eye tracking. It's honestly working like super well with the camera and paired with the adapter. I'm excited about this one because I really actually wanted something wide on this camera. So yeah, I can kind of stick with this for now. Yeah, autofocus is amazing. Let me get out of here, look. Okay, let me put something. Yeah, it's a little slow, but that works. Definitely catches my face again. Got the eye tracking, boom. I like this, I like this. And by the way, everything I'm shooting is gonna be shot in R3D. So, I mean, everyone that's been like a filmmaker or a filmmaker, YouTuber, or in that kind of field, content creation wise, we know about the red cameras and you know why it's kind of sought after. And yeah, what's better than having it in a small package for $2,000, you know? So yeah, that's good. Let's come back to the other lenses. Hopefully that doesn't get too crazy. So hey, after a little testing, I ended up turning the camera off and turning it back on with the adapter and the Sigma 24mm on there, and it works. So I'm getting autofocus. Yeah, after a little test, I put the adapter with the Sigma 24mm on the camera, turned it off, and turned it back on, and it recognized the lens, and everything is working perfectly fine. So it has the, you can see it has the eye tracking right there, it's working. Interesting enough that just turning it off and on really helped the camera recognize what was going on, because before it seemed like it was just kind of like, yo, I don't know what this is, what was going on, what lens is this, you know? So yeah, so if anyone is wondering, the Viltrox E-Z, and this is the version 6. So this is the latest version, and it works. So I think I'll be using this camera with this Sigma lens, and I also do have the 40mm f2.0. This lens is actually a 1.4. So yeah, that's pretty damn good. And this is the older Sigma lens, so that works. I tried using it with the 28 to 45. Doesn't work. I did further research, went to the Viltrox compatibility list of lenses, and this is not on there. So maybe if they push an update to the adapter, they might get this lens on there, because this lens is a lot newer. So yeah, who knows? So this lens is a newer lens, and it's not on that list that I checked. So makes sense why I didn't work with it. Well, look at this. That's interesting. Look at that, it's face tracking, but not in focus for some reason. Let me see if I can just switch the focus. That's not working. I'm getting like, yeah, that's nothing is happening there. That's interesting. So for some reason with this, with the 28 to 45, it's being really weird. Okay, there we go. Autofocus. Okay, you're gonna focus. Not focusing. It's not actually focusing, but it's just doing some weird stuff. Let me see if I put this on manual focus. Yeah, that's not working. That's not working. Yeah, so with the 28 to 45, that is not working as it should. So yeah, we'll revisit this one and come back to that one. Let's move on to some other things. Okay, so this is my 60mm from Viltrox. This is an E-mount lens, and it works with the Viltrox adapter, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's the same company. I figured their lenses would work with any adapter that they make, and this works with the Nikon ZR. So if you guys have E-mount lenses, not necessarily Sony lenses like me, no. Matter of fact, I do own one Sony lens. I don't have it with me because it's currently somewhere else, and that's the older Zeiss 16 to 35 f4. I'm pretty sure that would work with it. I didn't really pay attention to see if that was on the list, but they had like the Sony list on the Viltrox website was a ton of Sony lenses, even the Zeiss lenses. So I'm pretty sure it will work. Yeah, the sun is really doing what it wants, but yeah, this works. So 2 out of 3 of my E-mount lenses work with this adapter, and I do have my 40mm f2.0. Yeah, so all in all, I think this was a great investment for a camera. And like I said, everything here is shot in R3D. Whatever color grade I ended up doing with this, that's what you're looking at right now. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to own this camera. And this is my 3rd camera in my bunch. I'm probably gonna do a what's in my camera bag 2026 because we're basically at the end of the year, and some more things, some more projects that I have coming up. I'm gonna try and do some projects with the ZR and just see how it performs. But for now, yeah, that was it. Thank you. Hope this was informative and you got something out of it. Come back for more. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and yeah, there should be more coming from me. Peace.